Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, ask and answer a question, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro. Welcome to this edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. On this episode, I'm observing Memorial Day. Now, Memorial Day is when we honor the men and women that have served in any of the 5 branches of the U.S. military who are no longer with us. Whether they were killed in action, had gone missing in action, or prisoners of war, or even if they died later in life after their services were up, this episode is in loving memory of them, and it's in honor of their families. Now, this is a Memorial Day Comic Hero tee. Here on the left sleeve, I have the Honor and Remember flag, and here on the right sleeve, I have the American flag. Now, if you would like your very own, you can find them on my website, IamTheComicHero.com, for $20. And because this is the end of the month, I've decided that I'm going to have this shirt up on the shop section all the way through June. I don't personally know anyone who was killed in action, had gone missing in action, or prisoners of war, but I do know some folks that died later in life after their services are up. And you know, when someone dies, especially when it's in the field of battle, you know, there just are no words. And if you're watching this and you are a family member of someone who has fallen, my heart goes out to y'all, and I love y'all. All right, it's time to get away a free t-shirt. Alright, on episode 401, I asked, which city in DC Comics was inspired by architecture from the cities of New York and Chicago? Well, the correct answer is Gotham City. And 10 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, the name's been entered in the drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Chris O'Neill from Farmerville, Louisiana. So congratulations, Chris. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, or should I say episode 40. For the next episode, which is episode 405. I was sorry, I'm still trying to get in the groove of things, but here's the question for the next episode, and this is a Marvel question. What is the name of the comic book series from Marvel that focuses on events that might have unfolded if a few key moments in history turned out differently? Now here's some hints. The first hint is that this comic book series started out as a monthly series from Marvel and ran from 1977 to 1984 and would eventually become either a one-shot or a mini-series. Then the second hint, and this is a dead giveaway, this is also the name of an animated series that was on Disney Plus, that's currently on Disney Plus with the same name. And then the third and the final hint, this is also a name of a song by Creed, and it's only 2 words. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on the next episode of the show. So, I gotta ask, any questions?
Questions are often rounding. Questions that didn't prime questions that we're surviving. Questions.
Alright, I only have one question for this week. It's from Dawn Till from Fairbanks, Louisiana. She asked, as long as you've been doing your show, which I love watching, what has been your biggest hurdle to get past to continue what you love to do? Well, Dawn, first off, thank you for being a longtime viewer of the show and a very faithful viewer. My biggest hurdle would have to be myself. You know, so many times in life, the biggest distractions are the distractions that we allow to happen. It's just like that old saying: you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. In this instance, life can happen, but it's only how you face it. And honestly, that's something I'm trying to work on. Now, I know that not having a lot of viewers, that could be both a hurdle and a burden, but I can't make anyone watch. I mean, I can only encourage folks to watch, but that's it. And I mean, it's just like the old slogan for the Fox News Channel: I report, you decide. And that's pretty much my aim. I mean, I can report. I mean, I can talk comics and everything within the realm, and then raise awareness to different causes. But whether someone watches or not, that's not gonna cause me to stop. Because really that doesn't matter. What really matters is that I love doing this, and I have no regrets for it. But again, to answer your question, it's myself. The only hurdles are just like limitations. They're only as big and they're only as serious as what we make them out to be. All right, I'm really loving these questions. Y'all keep them coming. I'm going to have, as a matter of fact, I've been bombarded with quite a few questions within an hour of doing this episode. So they'll definitely be featured in future episodes, and again, y'all keep them coming. All right, now it's time for Comically Speaking. So without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there's only one thing I'm going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and that's the news of Marvel signing a deal to have CGI versions of Stan Lee appear in future films. This is not only a bad idea, but it's a very disrespectful idea. I mean, come on, Stan Lee has been dead for almost 4 years. Everyone knows that. And look, there is not a thing that we, you, or anyone can do that's going to ever bring him back. Now, yes, we all miss him. We all love him. That is true. But this isn't the comic book world. You can't bring people back like that. Now, I wonder what happened with Marvel. Now, I heard somewhere that they were supposed to let Ryan Reynolds make cameo appearances as Deadpool in Marvel films and TV shows. What happened to that? I would rather that than a CGI Stan Lee any day. Now, if it were videos of Stan Lee appearing in future films, I'd be okay with that. If it were sound bites of Stan Lee talking over the years, I'd be okay with that, but not CGI. Now, we live in this society where folks do this CGI thing called deep faking, where they'll take the face of a very famous person and putting on someone else's face or someone else's body. Now, I honestly don't agree with that, especially if the person is deceased, because I just think that's a very sick and disrespectful thing to do. And now, I think it's fine if it's someone who's still living, but definitely not someone who's deceased. I mean, no, that's a line that no one should ever cross. I mean, this whole thing with Marvel doing this, I mean, why? It's disrespectful not only towards Stan, but it's also disrespectful towards his family, his legacy, all of us fans that have ever read anything that he has ever, any book that he's ever written, or any edition of Marvel where he's done his editorial called The Bullpen. Don't do that, Marvel. I mean, reconsider. Because let me tell you something. I'm going to be the first to say this. If you choose to do this, then I will refuse to watch any Marvel movie in which you do it. Now I know you're trying to boost ratings or box office numbers or whatever, but this isn't the way to do it. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose that. Folks aren't gonna watch, including me. I mean, come on, Marvel, be smart. Go back to what you were going to do and let Ryan Reynolds make cameos as Deadpool. Or even if you have to, have sound bites of Stan playing in movies or video clips of him in the past. But don't do this. This is a line you definitely don't want to cross. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Well, let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Batman Superman World's Finest number 3. Catwoman number 43. Fantastic Four number 43. The Flash number 782. Immortal X-Men number 2. New Mutants number 25. Robins number 6. Savage Avengers number 1. Thor number 25. Wolverine number 21. X-Force number 28. And finally, X-Men Red number 2. Alright, that's 12, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 11,370. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for episode 405. What is the name of the comic book series from Marvel that focuses on events that might have unfolded if a few key moments in history turned out differently? Now, here are the hints again. The first hint is that this series started out as a monthly series from Marvel that ran from 1977 until 1984, and over time would become mini-series or occasional one-shots. And then the second hint is that there's an animated series that Marvel came out that first premiered on Disney Plus last year that bears the same name. And then the third and final hint, the name of this miniseries is also an early recording from the band Creed that came out in the early 90s. That's only 2 words. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on episode 405. And congratulations to Chris O'Neill from Farmerville, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this episode. All right, speaking of episode 405, it's back, folks. The Summer of Superheroes, and it's the 4th installment. It's been a staple on the show since I started doing it in 2019, and I'm going to keep doing it every summer. Now, throughout this series, I'm going to show some love to some of my favorite superheroes, and quite a few of them that I'm doing this year have anniversaries. The first one I'm doing is no exception. It's the original Hero for Hire, Luke Cage. This year marks the character's 50th anniversary, and I'm going to wear a Comic Hero tee. Now, some of y'all, I showed it to some of y'all, and and right now it's a product on my website, IamTheComicHero.com. But for everyone else, I'm going to reveal it on social media later this week. And because this month is also Juneteenth month, every superhero, I'm going to cover nothing but black superheroes in the month of June. Some of the other characters I'm going to cover, in addition to Luke Cage, are Black Panther, Storm, and Cyborg. And then in July, I'm going to cover the Incredible Hulk and Thor. Now, this year marks their 60th anniversary, and then in August, I'm going to cover the Amazing Spider-Man. This year marks his 60th anniversary as well. And you can find all these superhero shirts on my website, IamTheComicHero.com/shop. If y'all have any suggestions for the show, anything y'all think that would make it better, please let me know. My friend Katie Mayo from Spring Hill, Louisiana, just pitched this idea of an awareness that in November, and I'm definitely going to do it. Because, this web series, the subject matter may be comic books or anything within the realm, but I love to show some love to people. I love to, raise awareness of causes. I love to celebrate people and their accomplishments. I love to observe holidays. I mean, someone said that in a world of darkness, be a beacon of light. And that's what I want to do. And for everyone who's watching this for the first time, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go ahead and hit subscribe, because I can guarantee you that things on this show are only going to get better from here. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next time for episode 405. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and remember the fallen.